This is from this year's AMC12. It is problem 25. Usually it's more difficult than others. Here what we have is a square size 1 in the center, and we have 4 regular hexagon with side length 1, align some edge with the square. So we form this 12-sided polygon here marked in color red. We are told that the area of the shape is m squared of m plus p, of course, in reduced form, and we try to find the sum of m plus p. Now, you may get lost when you look at this complex diagram, but here, let's try to use a coordinate system with it. All right, so here, what we have is we're going to put the center of the coordinate at the center of the square. Notice that dimension of the square is 1, right? So here, we highlighted the shape. We're dividing the shape into a big square here in pink, and on the sides it's going to be 4 identical trapezoid. All right, so we need to find the dimension of the square. Now the key in doing that is figure out A. Now the point A here is going to be symmetric. In other words, the x and y coordinate equals. Okay, so it's going to be x and x. We need to find x. Now, we can start with E. The point E here, the y coordinate is straightforward because side length is 1, which means the y coordinate is going to be half. Okay, the side length is 1, right? Now, the x coordinate, now for that, notice that for a regular hexagon, if side length is 1, okay, and let's call this is h, and this is b. So h equal to b. What is b? b is square root of 3 over 2, and then you times 2, so the whole thing is square root of 3. Okay, so this length here is square root of 3. In other words, in a regular hexagon, the distance between two parallel and opposing edge is square root of 3. In this diagram, is going to be here, this value here. Okay, so this is h, which is square root of 3, and of course this segment here is 1/2. Okay, so which means the coordinate of E with x value of square root of 3 minus 1/2. Okay, so from here we can find the coordinate for A. Okay, notice that for this edge, part of this edge, the orientation is like that. Since degree is 30 degrees, so the slope of this line, AE, is going to be a negative value, -1 over square root of 3. What is the slope? If you know the two coordinates, A and E, it's going to be -1 over square root of 3, the ratio of the difference in y, which is x minus 1/2, the difference in x, which is x minus square root of 3, minus 1/2, which is plus 1/2 here, minus, right? So let's multiply square root of 3 on both sides. Let's get a square root of 3. -1, I don't like it. Let me multiply -1 on both sides, become 1. This become, we just flip the position here. Oh, that's too much of a erase. Okay, that's gonna be 1/2 minus x. Get rid of this. Okay, and let me see here. Okay, now this is a linear equation. Let's solve it. Okay, so x minus square root of 3 plus 1/2 is going to equal half of square root of 3 minus square root of 3 and x. Okay, so what we do is get rid of the fraction, multiply 2 on both sides, 2, this become 1, this gone, this is 2. Okay, let's clean it up. This is just 1. Okay, This is just 1. Let's move x to the left hand side. This becomes 2 square root of 3 plus 1 x is going to equal to 3 square root of 3 minus 1. All right, great. Now try to solve x. That's by multiplying square root of 3 minus 1 on both sides. This is going to be a squared minus b squared would be 2 times 2 would be 4. So 4x on the left hand side. Okay. And here 4x equal what? That's going to be 9 plus 1, that will be 10 minus 3 square root of 3 minus 1 square root of, that's minus 4 square root of 3. So x is 5 over 2 minus square root of 3. All right, that's good. So what is x? Again, the coordinate of A. Now from here, we know that the side of this pink square is 2x. So AB is going to be 2x. AB's length is going to be 2x. Yeah, that's going to be 5 minus 2 square root of 3. We're almost ready to calculate the area. We need trapezoid. Okay, the trapezoid here is going to be, you know, the base 1 and AB. We need to figure out the height. What is the height? This is the height. Okay, let's call it h prime here. What is h prime? H prime is the difference of x coordinate of E and A. Okay, so which is square root of 3 minus half minus x. Okay, so h prime is going to be square root of 3 minus 1 half minus x, which is 1 half plus square root of 3. So that's going to be 2 square root of 3 minus 3. Now this time we're really ready to do the calculation. All right, again, this the summation of square, yeah, which is 5 minus 2 squared of 3 squared, plus 4 copy of the trapezoid, which is half of the summation of 2h, this is 1, plus AB, which is 5 minus 2 square root of 3, times height h prime, which is 2 square root of 3 minus 3. All right, let's do some algebra here. So it's going to be 25 plus 12, 37 minus 20 square root of 3. This becomes 2, and 6 minus 2 square root of 3. That's going to be 2 square root of 3 minus 3. Okay, so equals 37 minus 20 square root of 3 plus 2. What is that? That's going to be 12 square root of 3 minus 18 minus 12, and then going to be plus 6 square root of 3. Combine the terms here. It's going to be 18 square root of 3 minus 30. Let's erase that. Minus 30 here. Minus 30. And earlier we said this is 18 here. But there's 2 in front of it. So let's just expand it out. That's going to be 18 becomes 36. And negative 30 becomes negative 60 because we have a factor of 2 in front of it. Okay. All right. Let's combine the term further, which is 16 square root of 3 minus 23. All right, great. Earlier we were saying that this is m square root of m plus p. So what is m and p? We care about the summation of that. That's going to be 16 plus 3 plus negative 23. That's going to be negative 20, negative 4. Okay, so the answer is going to be B, negative 4. All right, so this is a geometry problem turned into a pure algebra problem. Okay, this is called analytic geometry, where we're going to use algebra and coordinate to solve geometry problem. The key here is, of course, to identify the coordinate of A, because from there you get dimension for the square and for the trapezoid. Okay, how do we find the coordinate of A? We start with E, okay, and then we base on the slope, and then we solve this linear equation for x, and then everything is ready to go once you have that value. Okay, hope you enjoy the video. Please like and share and also subscribe to the channel.